Well, first of all, I've been involved my whole life, pretty much. My parents were part of Amiri Baraka's organization, which was a committee for a unified Newark. And Amiri Baraka, or also known or previously known as Leroy Jones, is one of the most prolific and iconic poets in American literature. And I grew up in his household somewhat because my parents like to point out that's where my first steps were taken. So I've been with poetry forever. I listened to Last Poets records, to Oscar Brown Jr. records, to Gil Scott-Heron records. You know, as soon as I could put the needle on the record, that was what I was playing. So poetry has been with me. Langston Hughes was what they used for bedtime stories for me. Now in the mid '90s is when I got into spoken word, like in a serious way. Prior to that, it was just part of my DNA that I didn't tap into frequently, you know. But in the '90s is when I saw like Jessica Caremore and the Apollo, and then you know, the slam scene started burgeoning, and I was right there in New Jersey, so the New Eureka was right across the water. So I started out in a place in East Orange called Bogies. The first time I went, and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to see poetry, but I had let my friend down by missing so many of his events that his next event was poetry, and the previous event was his birthday, which I had missed. So I had to go, and it was amazing, so amazing that I couldn't even stay. I had to get up and leave in the beginning of the show because I wanted to do a poem too, but I didn't have one to do. So I left, sat in the parking lot, started writing the poem, and I write my poems in my head, you know. So I started writing no pen or paper, just in my head, just writing poems.